Any similarity to persons living or dead is purely coincidental.
I'll show you politics in America. Here it is, right here. I think the puppet on the right shares my beliefs. I think the puppet on the left is more to my liking. Hey, wait a minute. There's one guy holding up both puppets. Shut up. Go back to bed, America. Your government is in control.
From the Democratic perspective, we just want to make sure that this is helping the small businessman make his payroll, people keeping their money market accounts, that we don't see a cratering of the credit markets that could end up leading to enormous job loss. And
the most important thing to get from the Obama administration is that its economic policy represented absolute continuity with the policy of the previous administration.
Obviously, it's pretty frustrating for Democrats, having seen the mismanagement that's been taking place over the last several years, to feel like we've got to step in and get something done. But
Timothy Geithner was the principal architect of Bush's bailouts, and he was retained. Ben Bernanke, who was the head of the Fed, under Bush, stayed on under Obama, and they essentially continued the same bailout policy.
But that's how I think many of us feel, that we can't worry about how we got here. Now we've got to take some serious steps.
Their policy was to get Wall Street well again, and ostensibly they were supposed to reinvest in the economy and put people back to work, but instead they just kept the money. And I mean, they literally went from being completely insolvent to making $150 billion bonus pools every year, and that money is all public money. It's pure bailout gift from the taxpayer.
Is Obama doing this?
As a candidate for president, I've tried to lead by example, turning down all contributions from federal lobbyists and the political action committees that the special interests use to pass out campaign money.
Barack Obama's #1 private campaign contributor was Goldman Sachs. He took more money from Wall Street than any other presidential candidate in history. He was heavily influenced by Wall Street guys.
Hey, wait a minute. There's one guy holding up both puppets. Shut up. Go back to bed, America. Your government is in control.
When he was elected, he immediately put Citigroup executives in charge of his economic transition team. I remember when I was covering his campaign, how he promised never to bring a registered lobbyist into his cabinet.
As a candidate for president, I've tried to lead by example, turning down all contributions from federal lobbyists and the political action committees that the special interests use to pass out campaign money.
And one of the first things he did was put Mark Patterson, Goldman Sachs' lobbyist, in the #2 job at the Treasury. He's got a J.P. Morgan Chase executive who has $8 million in Chase stock. Is the chief of staff right now. I mean, he's been incredibly friendly to Wall Street. These guys have remained the architects of his economic policy. It's continuity with the previous administrations is the key thing to focus on.
If there is anyone out there who still doubts that America is a place where all things are possible, who still wonders if the dream of our founders is alive in our time, who still questions the power of our democracy, tonight is your answer.
Hey, wait a minute. There's one guy holding up both puppets. Shut up. Go back to bed, America. Your government is in control.